Prior to the coronavirus outbreak, the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security hosted Event 201, which is a high-level pandemic exercise focused on a coronavirus outbreak.
We're at the start of what's looking like it will be a severe pandemic.
We could be looking at double the number of cases in 1 week and 16 times as many in a month if we are not able to stop the spread.
Yes, they ran a simulation of exactly what we are seeing unfold right now before it happened. The pandemic exercise was conducted in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. During Event 201, Johnson & Johnson was asked specifically about a coronavirus vaccine.
And I think before we agree that we have a finite resource, we need to really challenge ourselves on the vaccine production. We've seen historically that we can actually produce an Ebola vaccine in a year. It requires flexibility on the regulatory side. It requires commitment from companies. But I do think that before we say that a vaccine is not available, we should not slow down on that. We should pursue that. And I think similarly, we need to explore how could we accelerate production of our antivirals. We've seen it happen before in the HIV crisis. It's possible, but decisions need to be made, and we need to bring the right people together to do that.
Okay. And for the moment, before we are able to accelerate production of the antiviral, do you have any initial reaction, since you are potentially one of the companies that could be part of this deliberation?
What we've seen work very well in the HIV field is, in fact, procurement through the Global Fund. So having a centralized mechanism, so financially able to procure on behalf of affected countries would be critical. I think the second thing is it's going to be very important that for the business sector, for manufacturers of antivirals, that we have clarity around what the need is and where the need is and who are making the decisions.
As you just heard, when asked, the Johnson & Johnson representative talked about the need for regulatory flexibility for an accelerated vaccine, financing, and business. Not once did he mention safety and/or effectiveness. And we see today in the news, Johnson & Johnson are currently working on a new vaccine that they are, quote, pretty confident can be quickly developed. For more, be sure to tune into my recent report covering Event 201 and all of the connections and coincidences.